Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Rainbow Dash, aka Reroom, aka Brontosaurus. I'm back with another video. I'm gonna be showing you guys seven cool little strats to do on different tracks. They're track specific, so it's not really like general knowledge. They're track specific strats that you can do that revolve around like chaining your items in certain ways. That could be beneficial to you. Now, a lot of the veteran players probably know a lot of this stuff, but if you're newer, you'll definitely learn something. But also, the first one I'm going to talk about, I don't see a lot of people doing even at the high level, and I think it's actually really good. Like, it's definitely something you could implement into your gameplay, because I think it's really good. And I'm going to start it off on DDR to show you what that is. Okay, to start things off on DDR, I'm going to be trying to get the rightmost wall glitch box without losing any time. Kind of like that. So what you need to do is start your hella CPUs here. Start your drift kind of wide. See how I swerve out to the right or the left like that. And I drift in. Drift. Once you get, up the wall, I hard fail drift to the left here. In a line for the box. Wheelie, and then I try to get a right trick. I'm not sure if it's really an up trick or a right trick. It's really hard to tell on Nunchuck exactly which one I'm actually getting, but I try for a right trick like that, and it usually works. Because even if you clip the sand at the end and you don't get it perfectly, you'll be sent at a good enough angle where you won't lose much time at all. Like I said, this is pretty beneficial in war setting, especially if you're like top spots early and you want to just get as many items as you can to like back spam on people or hit people. I'd say in Mogi can be better to just do a normal like strat like that to try to get the box. If you really like need one, you really want a golden or a star or something. It's probably better to just play it safe a lot of the times, but if the box is there, you might as well go for it because this trick isn't very difficult at all. But yeah, obviously if the box is gone, you can't do it. Okay, so here's just an example of me doing it in a war. Yeah, I throw the banana up. I spam like both my items to try to hit this guy. I hit him with the banana. So I have no item left. I go up for the wall box. Let's just replay it. As you can see, I start kind of wide, wheelie, get the right trick. And then I see them both behind me, so I just back spam immediately, try to hit one, and I get them. So that's just one example, and I'll go to the next one. But here's another example from a war. So yeah, I throw my red at this guy. It's just going, it doesn't hit him. I go up for the box. I see his triple greens in front of me, so I just use my mega. And I try to flatten him. And I do, but I could have easily just held the mega and done ultra or just held it. But yeah, let me go back and show him one more time. But yeah, like the green honestly forced me to go wide anyway, so like I would just go left here regardless. So because I'm already in that wide line, I figured, hey, I might as well go up, try to get this box. And yeah, see, I like don't lose any time, and then because I'm in a mega, I'm able to catch up, squish him. Okay, so moving on, we're on BC3. I'm gonna be showing you what the star cut looks like when you chain a star near the shortcut. In order to do this, you're gonna have to know like how to do shroomless and be comfortable with doing shroomless and knowing the angles for it. But when you chain at that box, you're gonna try to get as many low tricks as possible. Align for the cut. You take a little half-second to pause in a line and then just take it. And that's what I mean by you're gonna need to know how to do shroomless, because you're like the way you do the cut is so fast that there's gonna be different angles you're gonna be taking it at, and if you don't know your way around like where to tilt your bike and stuff, you're probably just gonna fail it. So the benefit of doing this, especially on lap 1, is that if cut's blocked, you can obviously take it, and you're also chaining a box. You're probably getting like another star or shrooms or something. And on the ramp boxes, as you can see, the box comes up. Online, it comes up at 20 seconds. So it went up at like 17 there, but online it comes up at 20, and the second one goes up at 25, and then they kind of like alternate like this. See, the second one goes up, and then this one's about to pop up, and then it goes down, and then the second one in the distance goes up, and they just kind of alternate like this. So on lap 1 at like 20 seconds, you can get that box instead, and obviously it's way closer, so you can actually stop and align like a lot better and get way more time to do it. And of course, the box at 25, you have even more time, but at that point, you're probably going to be in like 10th or 11th or 12th. Um, but yeah, the benefit of this, like I said, is that you can take cut even if it's blocked. And on lap 1, it's useful to just, take an item up into a top spot. On lap 2 and 3, you don't even have to really chain. You can just star over the ramps to avoid getting TS'd and maybe dodge. And then take cut again. If it's blocked, it doesn't matter because you're in a star. And yeah, so like, let's say it's lap 1, I chain a star at that box, go for a cut, and I have a star in a top spot. Anyways, I'll show you what it looks like in one of my montage clips that I used where I do it pretty well. Okay, so here on BC3, I'm just going to show you what I was talking about with the boxes going up. Okay, well, we can skip this part. Whatever, I'll just watch it. BC3 time, BC3. Yeah. Okay, hurry up. So as you can see, this is lap 1. I go for the wide box. I chain another star. Even though I clip the wall, like I clip one of the low tricks, I'm still have enough time to line up, pretty quickly there. I kind of YOLO into that one. But now I have a star in second. This is the same race, so I keep my star. I just, I don't even chain. I just use the star over the ramps because a lot of the times shock will come while people are on the ramps because the shock user doesn't want the cut blocked, or they'll use it because their teammates in like first or second, they block the cut and then they'll shock after to, ensure that people don't take cut. But and they can also just be like chaining for set or something. But yeah, I have a lot of a time to align here, so I just take a shrimless cut and I dodge. Pretty dope. This is on lap 2. Chain star on the wide set. Get a mega. Shaboom. I almost failed that because that body like bumped me, but I made it. Forced into the mega. I think I'm predicting shock there, but yeah. Next example. So lap 1, look, box is up at 20, right? If you look at the timer, 20, 21 seconds. So I'm way closer to the cut, so I can actually take more time to align. I get a star, and I don't take time. I just fucking go for it, because whatever, ego. Star in first, GG's. So box, there's a box going down. Timer's about to hit 25. Box goes up. I decide to just chain my star again because I'm in last. I get Bill, and now I have a ton of time to just align and take a normal cut and take Bill up into top spot. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, so next on DKS, I'll try to be quick with this one. First, I just want to talk about left side cannon, which looks a little bit like this. You've probably seen it before. Tilt back, wheelie, and you get this really cool line that avoids any traps that might be in the normal zipper line, which a lot of the time there are. It's like probably the most common trap spot on this course, aside from the double. It's a little difficult to avoid if you just kind of barrel into it. But the cool thing about left side is that it really doesn't lose that much time. Like, it looks a little wonky, but I've had a lot of times where I actually just outline people on it because they go wide to avoid traps, and I'm taking that line instead. So the important details to know about it is you do not want to hit this wall at all. You can't hit it because you'll lose too much speed out of cannon, and you won't. It just won't work correctly. The other thing is, like, as soon as you get out of the cannon, you point forward, so you nosedive for a little bit, and then you hold all the way back, so you tail dive. And as soon as your back wheel hits the ground, you hop, and you can either just hop and wheelie, or you can hop and like drift left and wheelie. But the most important thing is you want to be as left as possible to the cannon without hitting the wall. Okay. Now the other thing about DKS I'll mention quickly is that when you're in a mid spot, it's always possible to pull a TC at one of these boxes. And only on DKS is the only cannon track where the box or where the item doesn't come out in time by the time you hit cannon. So like on Rainbow Road and Mountain and Parkway, you'll always have time to have the box fully go through. And if you get a TC, it just pops because the cannon's right here. In order to avoid that, all you need to do is just, when you get the box, slow down, spam your item a little bit, and then hop in the cannon. I don't, I'm not going to have a good example of this because it's going to take way too long to get an actual attempt. But it would look something a little bit like this. So let's say I'm in like 5th. I just spam a little bit, slow down, and hopefully, by the end of the cannon, TC has already come out and disappeared because I'm still in the cannon. This is really only useful when you're like a mid spot in the middle of nowhere. Like, you're not going to be able to pass it to anyone if you pull a TC because there's no one behind you, and like, it's just going to be way too hard to pass it. But yeah, it's just a matter of, do you need to go fast, or do you need to, or can you play it safe? Can you afford to lose that time? It's really just a decision you have to make on the fly. But moving on. Okay, so we're on mall, and this spot's really only useful when you're in the back and you're spamming your items and you need to just chain as much as you can. So let's say you pull triple shrooms first set and you need another box because you need to pull Bill or Shock or something in the back. You do something a little bit like that. All you do is shroom through the cut normally, and then you shroom off of that ramp, and you go at like a 45-degree angle and hold back. Jit again. And you can either nosedive or tail dive, depending on where you are and what you need to do. But yeah, like I said, that's really only useful when you're in the back, you're spamming items, you need to spam a dodge, like, yeah, you're banking on pulling a better item. It's easy. You can also do this in a star. All you need to do is just trick, same kind of alignment. You can like nosedive or angle, left or right, depending on what boxes look available. But like a situation like that is you're in last. Shock hasn't been used yet. You chained a start, and you got another start for a set. So you're like, I need to chain it again. Pull a Bill or a star or Shock. So you do that instead of going all the way around cut. Okay. Now the other thing I just want to talk about briefly on CM is just about the low tricks you can get on these fountains. That was not a low trick, but like specifically this fountain looks a little bit something like that. So I know it's like, obviously you know what a low trick is, right? This is nothing game breaking, nothing new, but just I wanted to put it in comparison to like just getting normal infies. Like, you're not really losing that much time when you go down the middle, especially if you get a really low trick, and getting that item can be important. All you need to do in order to get the low trick is just wheelie, hop like as late as you can, and the later you do it, like the closer you are, the lower the trick's gonna be. Like that example was kind of like halfway there, but it wasn't fully like terrible. So try it again. That was pretty good, right? And that doesn't really lose that much time if you really need an item in like a mid spot. I've just been doing that more recently. I think it's been worth it. Anyways, we'll move on. Okay, so moving on, we're on Grumble, and I'm just going to be doing Star Rock and chanting at the moving set. So, real quick, just to explain like why this is not that great, it's only really useful lap 1, I would say. Especially in like a Mogi setting. Because most of the time, you're honestly just spamming your stars in that cave anyway to hopefully pull a shroom item and just take rock normally. The only real reason I would even do this is if I was like actually in like 12th and I could maybe change Shock and go for it, because if I fail it, I can just spam Shock. And it won't be that bad. Right? like pretty much in every other scenario, like it's always going to be better to just chain your star in that cave and hopefully pull shrooms. Um, and the thing is, if you pull shrooms at the moving set, right before you take rock, you can always just spam the mushrooms and just take kind of like a modified star slash shroom rock hop. Why the fuck have I not been able to get back yet? Okay, so on lap one, it might look something like this. You chain, drift in, TF input. Oh, see right there. With that alignment, I knew I was gonna hit the rock. So when I landed on the rock, I actually tilted left a little bit. It's really all about aiming at the right position and then making like micro adjustments mid-air, just in case you are gonna hit the rock or fail it or something. So we'll try it again. And honestly, the more I do this, the more I realize that there's not really a specific angle you can take. Like, you're just going way too fast, and it's way too inconsistent to always hit the same angle. The most important part is just making sure you actually do land on the lip of the rock, right? The part where you're bouncing off of. That way, even if you fail it, you can pretty much guarantee that you at least get respawn, which is, the most important thing, honestly, because if you don't, you're pretty much fucked. Alright, one more time, though. Oh. I'm there. TF. Ooh, got it. Oh shit, I'm off. But yeah, it's really just about making sure that once you're mid-air and you have the good alignment, either tilting left or right or wherever on your joystick, to make sure that you don't hit the rock and fall off and don't get the good respawn. Yeah. Moving on. Okay, so BCW, pretty similar stuff. I'm just going to be showing the star glitch and chaining it at the half pipe. So this is actually a lot more useful than the rock hop. Really on Funky. Obviously on Daisy this isn't as applicable because you can just take glitch normally. It doesn't really matter. But on Funky, I feel like star glitch isn't too difficult, and you have a chance to dodge shock on lap 2 and 3, and then lap 1 you can obviously get a great chain, maybe be in like first, second, and take it up with you into a top spot. So yeah, like I said, lap 1 you can obviously take a box and do a top spot. Lap 2, same thing, but you can also maybe dodge shock. Lap 3, it's a little bit more risky to, hold your star if, shock is about to come. There's obviously a good chance people can chain it before half pipe. And sometimes it's just not worth that risk, right? But one thing to know about this is that you actually do have a lot of time to align if you want to. You just gotta be aware about the trick boost, right? It lasts a pretty long time. But if you want, you can always do like a kind of stop method like that, or if you really need like a good angle. And I think that's probably a little bit more consistent, but you run the risk of getting bumped and having shit fly in your face. So another thing is that you can actually chain it back here. So if you get like another star, you can chain it again, or just want to chain it earlier to maybe dodge shock earlier. You can always do that. But yeah, this is good because lap 1, get a good item in a top spot. Lap 2, dodge, and you're also taking glitch. And lap 3, same thing. A little bit more risky on lap 3 because shock is prone to come, wherever. And if you want to hold your star, it can sometimes not be worth it to do this. It might just be better to chain your star, hope to get another one, and just keep chaining dodges. But yeah, we're going to be moving on. Okay, so finally we're going to be on Waluigi Stadium, and this is a cool thing that I saw Claw, aka Sharptooth Rat, do in a video the other day. He uploaded it in the media section of Lounge, but I don't know if like everybody saw it, so I just want to kind of show my version of it. That was not it, but it basically means all you're doing is getting the bottom box on this ramp. If you go off the ramp normally, you're always going to be taking the top box. However, if you go off on the side like that, you get low air, and you can get the bottom box. Okay, so in order to do this, you hit the first part of the ramp, bonk on the wall, and then fly off on uh the ramp or the red and white type of side thing. I don't know even know what the fuck that is, but yeah, on that example, I didn't even hit the ramp or I didn't even hit the wall, but yeah. The reason this is useful is because if you're in desperate need of an item, you can tell when the box is gonna be gone because somebody is gonna go up for it. And for whatever reason, this set never lags ever. Like I never see people lag to the left or right of this box. Like they always get it on my screen. So yeah, if you just see somebody go up normally, like you know they're taking that top box. So if you are desperate for an item, you can try that method and hopefully get what you need. But yeah, anyways, oh, hope you learned something new. I'm gonna try to make more vids, informational stuff like this in the future. I would say the best way to practice like the star stuff is specifically is to get like the cheat that I have. Honestly, I don't remember where I got it, but it was pretty easy. Just looked up a bunch of shit. It's like I loaded through like gecko codes on Homebrew. Um, but yeah, that's definitely the best way to do it. Like trying to get stars and shit and practicing like on CPUs is just way too annoying. It's the best to do it in time trials so you have infinite time. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later. Peace.